there is something satisfying about holding a processor that actually changed the landscape of computing when it first landed. This chip arrived at a time when the market felt a bit stagnant, and honestly, it brought a level of multi-core muscle that made people sit up and pay attention. When you look at the 8 cores and 16 threads packed into the silicon, it is clear this was built for people who do more than just browse the web. Whether you are rendering video, juggling heavy multitasking, or just want a system that doesn't stutter when you have 50 tabs open, this thing handles the load with a surprising amount of grace. The precision boost hitting that 3.8 GHz mark keeps things snappy, and that extended frequency range feature is a nice little bonus that gives it a bit of extra headroom when the workload gets intense. It feels like a workhorse that just refuses to quit. Now here is the thing about the thermal side of things. It is rated to handle up to 95 degrees Celsius, which is a pretty high ceiling, but you definitely want to make sure you have a decent cooler strapped to it. It is not the kind of chip you want to pair with a flimsy stock fan if you plan on pushing it hard for hours on end. You will hear the fans ramp up, and that is just the reality of running this much power. The cache setup, with that 4 MB of L2 and 16 MB of L3, does a solid job of keeping data flowing smoothly, so you rarely feel like the processor is waiting on the rest of the system to catch up. It uses the AM4 socket, which is great because it keeps your upgrade path open for a good while, though you are stuck with PCIe 3 speeds. For most people, that is perfectly fine, but if you are obsessed with the absolute fastest storage speeds available today, you might feel that limitation eventually. What stands out, though, is the sheer value proposition. It is not the newest kid on the block anymore, but it still carries itself with a level of confidence that makes you wonder why anyone would overspend on the latest and greatest unless they absolutely have to. It is a bit of a power-hungry beast compared to the ultra-efficient chips coming out now, so keep an eye on your power supply unit to make sure it has enough overhead. It is not perfect, and it definitely runs warm, but there is a certain charm to how it just gets the job done without any fuss. If you are building a workstation on a budget, or just want a reliable multi-core powerhouse that has stood the test of time, this remains a really compelling choice. It is not flashy, it is not the newest, but it is a solid, dependable piece of hardware that still has plenty of life left in it for the right user.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.